Hi guys, going back in time gaming, back again, and welcome to part 2 of my video game collection vlog. Following on from part 1 where we went over my pop vinyls, my Blu-rays, my Nintendo DS, 3DS, Nintendo Wii, Xbox 360 and Xbox One games. Today we're going to be going over these bad boys down here, the PlayStation 1, 2, 3 and 4. Following the same format, my thoughts, my reviews, what I thought about them, if I like them, if I hate them, but I still own them, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, a bit of a gap there, and that is because the game right there is this one. I'm playing through this on my channel at the moment. It's part of my Way Back Wednesdays that I've been doing every Wednesday, or every other Wednesday. I got this in 2000 at a surprise birthday party from my auntie and uncle. Now, as I mentioned in this video, they play a massive part in why I'm even playing video games. They introduced me to all these games such as Bugs Bunny, Spyro, Crash, Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, all of those. Big platformers because they love platforming games. They got me into this, saw it at theirs, ended up surprising me with it. I was so happy. This isn't the actual copy, though. I had to pick this up a few years ago because the original copy I traded in, I think, because I think my PlayStation 1 got stolen pretty much, and obviously I didn't get another one, so all my games went as well. But yeah, great game. Playing it on the channel at the moment. I love it. It never gets old for me. It does look a bit weird playing it back again now, obviously graphics wise, but yeah, for its time, over 21 levels, should I say. Good boss fights, different eras, different environments, just an absolutely fantastic game. If you haven't checked it out on my channel yet, please do, because it is such a good game. And one, if you watch, maybe you may play as well yourself one day. It's awesome. Leading on from that, the sequel to that game, which will be coming to the channel at some point, is Bugs and Taz Time Busters. Now, I was trying to get this for ages, couldn't find it online, couldn't find it anywhere. Went into one of my cash converter type shops, or sort of like ones that do redo video games, pre-owned and stuff, and I found it. I found it with Wacky Races in a double pack for £4, and I just couldn't believe my luck. Both of them work, both are in fantastic condition, box is still in good condition, so are the manuals, and yeah, I've been playing through that on my PlayStation 3. I haven't recorded any gameplay, I just wanted to play it again to see what it was like, and I haven't been disappointed. Such a fantastic game. But for £4 for those two games, absolute steal. So Wacky Races will be coming to Flashback Friday very soon, and Bugs and Taz Time Busters will be doing a full Let's Play of on Way Back Wednesdays, maybe later on this year. So keep an eye out for that. Great games, and also another one that my family bought for me. So great game. Crash Bandicoot 1, Spyro Year of the Dragon. I have all these in digital download, as I've said before. I've got like 9 or 10 games on my PlayStation 3, which are PS1 classics, and those two there are obviously them. This, I don't know which Crash Bandicoot out of the 3 is my favourite. This is incredibly hard. Some of the levels on it are just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I hate the ones when you're going over the bridge, like you're like going over those like bridge with holes in and stuff, and it's slippery and some crack open and missing. The Lost Ruins or Lost City, I think it's called. That is ridiculously hard. I could just never do it as a kid, never get through it. I've been a bit better recently and a bit better now, but I'm kind of hoping when the HD remake comes out that I'm a lot better than what I was then. Spyro 3, kept the disc version of this. I actually bought this off my friend about when I was in sixth form, about 4 or 5 years ago, because I didn't have the disc copy anymore. And yeah, great game. Best of the 3, I think. I love the fact they added characters to it. This is another one which is coming to my channel later on this year. Just such a good game. As I said, everything they took everything from 1 and 2, combined it, added new characters, added mini games, just made it so enjoyable to play. Bit longer than the first 2 as well, and just an all-round great game. So, in conclusion, as you can see, that doesn't look very good. Only 5 games, obviously, because the other one's double pack. I've actually ordered 3 more. So in my collection update, which I'm sharing with you in 3 or 4 days, you'll see those 3 that I have. Now, 2 of them are quite interesting because 2 of them that are obviously on the way, they are 2 of the 4 that were with my original PlayStation that I got all those years ago. So when I got my PlayStation, it came in a bundle. It came with 4 games. It came with Spyro 2 Gateway to Glimmer, which you've seen on my channel. I don't want to spoil the other 3 for you, because obviously I'll give 2 away. So I'll share them with you in my collection update. But they play a big part in obviously my history and my childhood of games, because I had them for so long. And obviously when I lost them and when they were stolen, yeah, I just never got them again. So I was really happy to get them back again. And yeah, I'll be sharing with them on Flashback Friday with you as well. So I hope you enjoy them. So that's my PlayStation 1. Any games you've got on PlayStation 1, your favourite game PlayStation 1, please share it with me, because I've probably played it myself. It was a long time between PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 for me, because although I didn't own PlayStation 1, until 2 years after I first played it. I played so many games at my auntie and uncle's and with my friends and that. So, yeah, let me know. Next, PlayStation 2. Massive in through my primary school years and growing up before I got my 360. Some of the games which have had HD remakes, which I just absolutely adore and love. You can see them on the far right hand side, but I'll come over to them in just a second. But I'm going to start with some of these on the left because these are quite interesting. This one was a bit of a stab in the dark. This was a random purchase from Game, which is our equivalent of GameStop. I think I got it, yeah, $7.99 I picked it up for. I thought, do you know what, I'll give it a go. I love trains. I used to love riding on the trains with my dad when I was younger. And we used to go on train journeys everywhere, and just it was a racing train game. I thought this sounds quite good, and it's actually amazing. It's so addictive. Over 10 courses to race over 80 different trains, obviously different attributes. It's really addictive, and I loved it. Quite difficult, but yeah, Extreme Express World Grand Prix. So if you ever come into contact with that, give it a little play. Great game. Next, this is my most recent. So before I actually started this channel. And before I started doing this collection update, this is the last game I actually bought for any console. £2. Burnout 2 Point of Impact. Story behind this, me and my friend, and when we were younger, we used to love this game. All we used to do is the crash mode, where you basically got to like crash into something and cause the most amount of damage in millions. It's so addictive and such a good game. But yeah, Burnout 2 Point of Impact. Maybe you might have played that. I think the most recent one I actually ever played was Burnout Paradise on Xbox 360, which was okay. But Burnout 2 Point of Impact will always be the most special one to me. This is Football 2002. I just picked it up because, again, the same friend, we used to love playing this. Peter Drury was the commentator on it, and just some of his sayings and stuff used to make us laugh when we were shooting and just playing the game. And yeah, really good. You can customise your own teams, move players like to everywhere. At the time, it was great. I think it's got a jumpers for goalposts mode on it. And I picked it up for 98p, so you can't really go wrong with that. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas doesn't need any explanation, really. Amazing game. Probably the game I put the most hours into with my friends, my cousin, and myself. I always used to just unlock the third island. I've never ever completed the game because I just got to the third island and thought, no, that's it. I'm just going to mess around now, and that's what I did. The only thing I will say about it is I hated Zero's missions. They were so hard. So that was the second island when you had to do like pilot that little mini plane. You had to go and kill like 5 cars, I think. And another one when you had to shoot all those planes that were coming in. My God, they were so frustrating. And I just could never do them. My cousin had to do them for me. But yeah, great game. I just loved it from start to finish. You could drive trains on it. Obviously, as I've said to you, I like driving trains. Like all the different missions. And, you know, just an all-round amazing game. Still the best one, I think, to date. And whether or not they'll do a remake of it or actually do the whole of San Andreas. When they announced GTA 5, I sort of thought it was. I didn't realise it was just one island. But if they did redid the Vegas one, was it Las Venturas or something? That would just be amazing. But yeah. FIFA 07, I'm not going to touch on. I've been over the FIFAs. It was just one that I got at the time. It's okay, nothing special. Simpsons game, never played it. Just picked it up quite cheap. I think I got it at a boot sale or something like that. It's not as good as Simpsons Hit and Run in my opinion. I know I've got this on PS2. The only memory I really have on it is that on 360, I think, at the time, it had the most easiest achievement ever. Press start to start the game, and you got an achievement for it. Happy days. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, as I said before, this was the last decent entry for me in the SmackDown vs. Raw series. I had 2008, didn't really like it. 2009 was okay, but 2007 was the last good one for me. I didn't enjoy 2008 at all. And obviously they're making strides with it again and making it better, but that was the very last one I actually got on, or have at the moment anyway, but nevertheless a good game. Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I just for just how it looked beautiful, it was polished, it was everything that was good about 1, 2 and 3. It didn't, after this game, it all went downhill for me. This is what it was about, just the levels, collecting the crystals, the gems, getting all the boxes, unlocking the bonus levels, the secret areas, harder bosses, and just generally a good game. Going in the Jeep, little mine shaft thing you can see there. Coco returns as well. It was just a really good game. And unfortunately, after that, for me, it did go a bit downhill. Still holds its value. Unfortunately, my box is a bit gone to pot, but nevertheless, I think I picked it up for like £12.99 or 13 quid. It held its value for a very long time. And if they ever do a remake of that, I'll be the first in the queue for it. Now, the next 7 games you're about to see are my favourites of all time. So Ratchet & Clank 2 and 3. You've seen Ratchet & Clank 1. I've actually done out of the HD remake. I've actually put that on my channel at the moment. If you haven't watched it, again, please check it out. I put a lot of time into that one, and it was very frustrating at times, and I did really, really enjoy it, and that's where it all started. And Ratchet & Clank 2 and 3. They're all more of the same. 2 and 3, I think, are better for the pure and simple reason you can upgrade your weapons. I think Ratchet & Clank 2, it's called Locked and Loaded over here. I think it's called Going Commando in the US. And Ratchet & Clank 3 is just Ratchet & Clank 3 here, but I think it's Up Your Arsenal. I may have got that wrong. I might actually even say it on it. I can't remember. No, it doesn't. But really like this game. This is when you could start upgrading your weapons, as I said. It had the arena levels on them as well, and we had to just like get through waves and waves and waves of enemies. I just thought it was absolutely fantastic, amazing. More gadgets, just more everything. It was just absolutely fantastic. If I was pushed to say which one was the best out of the 3, I don't know. It's tough. This one's good, but it would have to be Ratchet & Clank 2 Locked and Loaded / Going Commando. For the pure and simple reason, I just really enjoyed it. I didn't really like the battle missions in Ratchet & Clank 3. We had the help from those guards and stuff, and used to, just kill all the enemies. I know it's similar to the arenas, but it's not as good as the arenas, and that's what leads me to Ratchet Gladiator. That followed on from Ratchet & Clank 3, and I didn't enjoy it at all. That is not Ratchet & Clank to me. Ratchet & Clank is Ratchet & Clank, and I think this is more of a solo one for Ratchet, and I just didn't really enjoy it. But it was okay. It was an okay game. Up next, Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. Again on the channel. Please check it out because it's such a fantastic, fantastic game. Even if you check out one part of it, just see what it's all about. This is what platforming is all about. One of the best games I've ever played in my life. For exploration value, platformer value, just everything about it. The comedy in it as well. It's just a great... There's nothing like it at the moment, in my opinion. I don't think there will ever be another Jak and Daxter. I'm really hoping they'll come back and do a Jak 4 on PS4 one day, but whether or not they will, I don't know. Jak 2 Renegade, the next part in the series, where you can see their guns are involved, vehicles are involved as well, hoverboards. They took everything from Jak 1. I say this a lot. They took everything from the first one. It's difficult in games actually to improve on the first, because a lot of things don't. Same with movies, but this one did it massively. Moved to Haven City, dark ecos involved, and it's just an all-round great game. It's actually on my channel at the moment. I've just started it, so again, check them out because they're such good games. And if you've ever played them, let me know what you think, because I just think they're the most underrated, undervalued games ever that have ever been made, and they're made by Naughty Dog as well. And obviously, we all know about Naughty Dog. Such a amazing developer, put out some amazing games, obviously like Crash Bandicoot, Jak, and Uncharted. So yeah, check that out, as I think I'm 2 parts in at the moment on the channel, and let me know what you think. And up next, gonna cause maybe a few raised eyebrows and a few shocks, but my favourite game of all time ever, from PlayStation 1 all the way to now, is this one, and that's Jak 3. The best game I've ever played, the most enjoyment I've ever had. I didn't want it to end. I was so sad when the end credits rolled because I just didn't want this game to finish. I loved it. Again, you mix the first 2 together and you get this. Just an absolutely phenomenal game. Haven City's still in it from Jak 2, as well as a massive wasteland, different vehicles to unlock. Light Jak is in it as well, different sort of power. It's just fantastic. I just don't even know what to say about it, to be honest with you, other than the fact it is just top draw, like literally top draw. Naughty Dog pulled off an absolute masterclass in gaming with this, in my opinion, and it is my favourite of all time, and I'll stand by that. The best game I've ever played, and the one I hold dearest to my heart, and I love it. And one day it will be coming to the channel, and I hope I do it no disservice, because it deserves one of the best playthroughs that I could give it. And I hope to do that. But yeah, my favourite of all time, without, God, I'm almost going to break it, Jak 3. And finally, Need for Speed Carbon. My friend had that when I used to go around there. He had this and Robot Wars, and we used to play this quite a lot. I just really enjoyed playing it. I don't know what it was, just the music in it, the game itself, the racing. I never played Need for Speed Underground or Underground 2. This was one of the first ones I came into, so yeah, really enjoyed it. My disc is quite scratched, so I don't know if it will still play, but I've kept it anyway for collection value, because why not? That's my PS2 games, guys. I don't really upgrade these that much anymore because I don't really play it. My PlayStation 3 can play PS1 games, it can't play PS2 games. I still have a PS2, but it is like worn out completely, the poor thing. So if I get another PS2 one day, I probably will. But my favourite games I've just gone over with you, the Ratchet and Clanks and Jak and Daxters, they have HD remakes, which I've got over there. So I don't have to worry as much for them. It's more a case of Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, really, for me, and the train game and Burnout 2. Because obviously San Andreas you can get on 360 now as well. So yeah, in time maybe I might still add to it, but no hurry at the moment. So yeah, here we go. PlayStation 3. So a lot of fond memories here. Not as many games as you probably like to see for considering the lifespan of it. Far Cry 3 and Tomb Raider very much the same for me. Started them. Put more time into this one. Got this when it was released. Great game, fantastic. Got it on Xbox One. The Definitive Edition. So I'm probably going to complete it on there, but I really enjoyed it. Obviously, you can see winner of 44 E3 awards back in 2012. So just an amazing game. Far Cry 3, I need to go back and give more time to. I've put about 3 or 4 hours into it. This is amazing. I've got Far Cry 4 and don't really like it, but this one I am going to go back and give more time to because it just looks amazing. And I've heard such good things about it, so we'll go back and play it. Assassin's Creed 2, 3 and Revelations. 3, I believe, yes, still in its cellophane. And that was a birthday present quite a long time ago. That's quite bad for me. I should have played that. This one came with number 1 as well. Haven't played these either. I took it out of its cellophane but didn't actually play it. So that's pretty much brand new. I need to put some more time into Assassin's Creed games because they look amazing and they are my type of games really, like, you know, platform exploration sort of type games. So I will come back and play these, and I probably might share these on the channel as well. And finally, Assassin's Creed 2. I have put quite a bit of time into this one, and I actually really thoroughly enjoyed it. But I had this on 360, so I haven't actually played this version yet. My uncle gave it to me a couple of years back because he had a second copy, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to play it. So, well, again, anyway. This one, from what I remember, it just seemed massive. There were so many different environments to it, and a beautiful game. So, yeah, really, really stuck with me. And I lent it to a friend on 360 and he was really enjoying it. So I said, oh, do you know what, just keep it. But I got it back again anyway on PS3, so I'm happy about that. Skylanders. Using Spyro's name to really kick some in. Jesus Christ. Whoever thought this was going to kick off the way it did. I mean, Activision have got off to an absolute winner there. I've played it once or twice. As I showed you in the last part, I've got Giants down there, which is unopened. But to me, that's not Spyro the Dragon. I went over that in the last part. I'll show you again, just in case you don't remember it. That is the Spyro the Dragon toy that it comes with. But I'm sorry, that is not Spyro the Dragon to me. This is what Spyro the Dragon looks like and should look like. So yeah, anyway. I may play it. I like the idea of it and the portal. But just for me at the moment, just don't really have the time to play that. Last of Us. Naughty Dog again, just smashing it out of the park with this. I can't wait for The Last of Us 2. I mean, what a game. I thought it was going to be like a zombie game, like, you know, like a Left 4 Dead type game when it was first announced, but just amazing. Like, I'd love to bring this to the channel as well at some point. So many games I want to do and you know, release on the channel, I guess. But this one, I was just playing it. I was so in the game, if that makes sense. And yeah, difficult for me at times, but very enjoyable. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do with The Last of Us 2. But I remember before it came out, I waited because it was like 45 quid. And I saw all these 10s out of 10s and like 90 odd % reviews. I thought, I've got to pick that up. So, yeah, good game. Ratchet and Clank. So the trilogy's there, I'm not going to go over. So you can see there, Ratchet and Clank trilogy, Sly trilogy, Jak and Daxter trilogy. I just picked them up for obviously the pure and simple reason. I love those games. Sly trilogy, don't really enjoy or didn't really enjoy it that much, to be honest with you. It's nothing on Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank, but still worth a playthrough. So I picked it up anyway for about £23. Decent enough, and I may come back to it again one day, but it doesn't hold a candle to the other two in my opinion. So Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction, Quest for Booty, and there's Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time, which I haven't got yet, which I need to pick up. They're the trilogy on the PS3. Quest for Booty doesn't really count. I hated it. It's like a little pirate game. It's actually just a mini adventure, as it says on the front there. It's about 4 or 5 hours long, something like that. You're not really with Clank either, I don't think. Didn't enjoy it at all. Tools of Destruction was very, very good. Just making the use of the PS3 engine, really. And the graphics, very good game. Started off on Metropolis, one of my favourite planets. And yeah, good game. All for One. Got this for my birthday a few years ago. I hate it. Well, I don't hate it. Hate's a strong word, I guess. But it just, for me, that's not Ratchet and Clank. Same as Spyro. This is, it's a multiplayer type game. Like, I can see what they tried to do, and they did make it kind of good, I guess. But it's just not the exploration, planet collecting, fun that we all come to know and love with Ratchet and Clank. But nevertheless, I suppose it's worth having in the collection. Finally, on PS3, Sonic Unleashed. As you know, humongous Sonic fan. Can't wait for Sonic Mania and Sonic, what's the other one called? Sonic Forces or something, I think it's called, coming out this year. I am one of the ones, believe it or not, that absolutely loves this game. I love the Werehog levels because they just slowed it down. They kept the fast-paced Sonic action. I've dropped it again. They kept the fast-paced Sonic action and added in like a slower, like night version, like obviously being a Werehog, and I just thought it was amazing. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Could never complete it because I don't want to spoil it because I'm going to play this as well at some point. But you turned into a certain version of Sonic at the end, and you had to press like I think it was the square or X button like 40 times, like 10 seconds. I could just never do it. I was so slow, so I got frustrated at the end and left it. But another game I had on 360 and traded in, and then picked up on PS3 last year. So yeah, very good game. That's my PS3 games, guys. So taking us about 20 minutes, but we've got through the first 3 generations of PlayStation. Finally, we're going to come down here to my PlayStation 4. So a lot more than Xbox One. So I don't know where to start. As you can see, some aren't actually even open. So we'll start with Uncharted Collection. Haven't opened that yet. I'm gonna play it at some point. But that Knack and GTA 5, they came with my PS4 when I bought it. So I played number 2, I think, on PlayStation 3. And I haven't actually got around to playing these ones yet, so I'll have to open that one day. But yeah, that's Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection. Knack. Some may disagree, but I absolutely love this game. I put 40 hours into this plus to try and get a platinum. It's so hard because you have to try and unlock Diamond Knack to be able to do the hardest game mode, or the hardest game difficulty, should I say, and it's impossible without Diamond Knack. But yeah, I loved it. I've played through it so many times to get all the certain relics and stuff you need in collectibles. But yeah, good game. I can't wait for Knack 2. GTA 5 I've touched on. Guitar Alive I've touched on. Ratchet and Clank. Another one in its cellophane because I was lent it, so I didn't have to open mine. So I just kept it in cellophane. Fantastic game. I may bring it to the channel one day, but I loved it. Really big return to form. Hopefully they'll continue with it. My only complaint, not long enough. Just too short, and it could be a lot longer. Destiny, Taken King. Never ever played it. It's opened because it was installed into my PS4, but it's never been played. So this is the Legendary Edition, picked up for about 30 quid. I can't believe I haven't played it. I'm going to be falling behind because obviously Destiny 2 comes out, is it this year or next year? So I really need to get my act together and get playing on that one because I love Bungie with their Halo games as well. Far Cry 4 I touched on. Same as Watch Dogs 1, 2, just didn't grab me. Started playing it and I just couldn't get into it at all. So as I said, I'm going to go back to Far Cry 3. Could be me being silly and I might have to give it some more time, but I reckon I don't think I'll be playing it by the time Far Cry 5 comes out anyway, so yeah, but I've kept it nonetheless. Dying Light. Got the original on Xbox 360, but obviously picked up the enhanced edition with the following on PS4. What a game. Just an all-round great game. And I didn't pick it up on 360, it was Xbox One, by the way, I do apologise. But yeah, so I picked up this one, played it online quite a bit. Parkour and destroying zombies, what's not to love. Hopefully they'll come back and do another one, but we'll wait and see. Dead Island, touched on that in the last part, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. As I said, Riptide I didn't like, first one I loved. Hopefully they'll pull their finger out and finish Dead Island 2, and I'll be playing Dead Island 1 on the channel very, very soon in HD. 2K16, I haven't got 2K17 yet. I usually pick these up now, about 3 or 4 months before the next one comes out, because they're actually a lot cheaper. I love wrestling games. Went back to form, I think, around with 2K. 2K16 is very good. I don't know about 2K17 because I haven't played it, but hopefully they'll keep on doing what they're doing. I'm going to have to one day pick up a collector's edition. I don't know what the collector's edition is this year. Maybe Kurt Angle, maybe, or someone like that. Fallout 4, going to get probably obliterated for this. Didn't like it. Again, just couldn't get into it. I've played Fallout 3 before and I loved it. I never played New Vegas. This one, I couldn't get into either. So I need to pull my finger out and start playing some of these. I really do. But yeah, Fallout 4. FIFA 16 Deluxe Edition I won't go over because I've been over my FIFAs already. But Call of Duty Black Ops 3, this is the one I put the most time. I probably put about 30 odd hours into this on PlayStation. I got this for Christmas 2 years ago. So not Christmas, just gone, the one before. I think my sister got it for me, and I just loved it. I loved the online. Couldn't stop playing it. I never did the campaign. Literally just played multiplayer constantly. Kill death ratio is probably atrocious, but I really enjoyed it. Never bothered with Infinite Warfare as one over on my Xbox One. Talk through that one over because I just didn't really enjoy it at all, and it didn't have a patch on Black Ops. I've got to stop throwing my games on the floor. Watch Dogs 2, my biggest disappointment of last year. I bought it on release, 40 odd pounds, and I've stuck it in my PlayStation. I played it. The first mission was just ridiculous. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was so hard. Well, it wasn't really hard, I'd say. It just wasn't really explained clearly enough to me what I was doing. And yeah, but I will give them props. It is a beautiful game. It's a very big game. They've done San Francisco off to a T. But I just couldn't get into it. Maybe one day I will go back and give it the time it probably deserves. But at the moment, no. Skyrim. Again, probably put about 4 or 5 hours back into this. I'm at the College of Winterhold at the moment, so I'll probably come back and put some more hours into it. But I've been doing obviously my PlayStation 1 games and Jack 2 at the moment for the channel. So yeah, we'll come back and maybe put some more hours into it and continue with it. But I'm not like anybody else that's put over 100 odd hours into it. And up next, the very, very last game I bought for my PS4, brand new, and that was Batman Return to Arkham. I've played Arkham Asylum all the way through, did that over Christmas, just had a bit of me time, didn't record any gameplay for it, but I just played it through myself, loved it. So yeah, I'm going to go through and do Arkham City again soon. So yeah, Return to Arkham, I think you can get that for about 20 quid now, or maybe a bit cheaper, but it's definitely worth a buy because they're absolutely fantastic games and are really good with Batman, and I'm hoping Insomniac I'm going to do something similar with the Spider-Man game that's supposed to come out this year, because if it is anything like this, it's going to be fantastic. And there you are, guys. That is my video game collection. So I hope you very much enjoyed it, as much as I have talking you through with it. I've probably got more stories I can go over, but we're approaching pretty much 55 minutes to an hour for both parts of the vlog. So yeah, I'm going to keep it there. I'll have a collection update for you in about 3 or 4 days with all my new games that I've just brought. So I've got a couple of PlayStation 1 games and a few Xbox games, a Blu-ray as well in there. So I'll share them with you. I look forward to seeing you on the channel. So Zed, check out the Jack and Daxter videos and my Bugs Bunny ones I've got on there, so you can see just how good those games are and the other ones I've done. And look forward to seeing you on the flip side. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, fire away a question, and I'll catch you in just a bit.